You want to write a song, but you're stuck. You don't know where to start. You don't know where to go. You don't know even if it's finished or not. And you're just kind of lost in it. I get that. And as a songwriter, that's kind of part of the process. But how do we get past that? Well, my name is John Ewing, and hopefully I have some tips and tricks that can help you dig through the weeds and get your idea, get your inspiration onto something tangible. This is my step-by-step-ish guide on how to write a song that you might actually like. The first step is to gather inspiration. Now, a lot of people, and myself included, they get into songwriting, and the reason they want to write songs is because they were inspired. They have this great feeling of, whether it's a situation or whether it's just how they feel about someone or something, and they just want to write that, want to get that out in the world, want to express that, want to dig through that themselves, and that is great, and I encourage that, and I support that way of gathering inspiration, but it's inconsistent because feelings are inconsistent, right? So instead of feeling inspiration sometimes, we have to go and find it. And an easy way to do this is with different writing exercises. One of the ones that I do most often and I feel is helpful is you just get a bunch of nouns, a bunch of adjectives, you mix them up, you write about whatever adjective and noun pair together, you set yourself a timer, 1, 3, 5, 10 minutes, and you just write for that long. When the time goes off, you stop. And in that fight or flight mode of writing, sometimes you get something that's really cool and is really creative, and you wouldn't have written that if you didn't have that kind of panic moment. Step number 2 is to just choose a starting point. Whether it's lyrics, whether it's chords, whether it's melody, choose a starting point to build your song off of. Now, there are a lot of people and even professors that I had when I was going through music school that said you should start with the melody. That's what a song is. So you should really start with the melody or the lyrics and do that. But I've written plenty of songs starting with the chords, starting with the bed under all of it. And I enjoy those songs. I like chord structure. So wherever you want to start, just pick one and run with it. Bonus tip is record everything, because in the heat of writing these cool things and coming up with these ideas, you will lose it if you aren't paying attention or don't have something that's paying attention to you. So please, just before you start writing, before you start playing, just hit record on your Memos app and have it there so that you can remember it later. Tip number 3 is to just put things together. You start developing the different sections of a song. I would suggest starting with the chorus, because the chorus is the main idea that you keep coming back to. So if you don't like the chorus, you're not gonna like the song. So you build that chorus, you make it what you want it to be, have that main idea, and then the verses around it, kind of the building to that, right, are information and context to make the choruses not necessarily make more sense, but like it can sometimes color what you think about the song as a whole. Then you have pre-choruses, sometimes in between the verse and the chorus, not always needed, but they kind of build tension and going into this big chorus that can make things really exciting. And then the bridge of a song should be an escalation of your main idea, not necessarily new information, but bumping it up to the next level. My 4th tip is just go. Get that first draft done, get everything together, ignore your perfectionist, and just get something there. Make the rhythms line up, make sure it makes a little bit of sense, but then you can always go back. And tip number 5, revise it. Just smooth out the roughness and the clunkiness of the things, and if you can, or if it's something you feel comfortable sharing, go and get feedback. Send it to somebody. Be like, hey, I wrote this. Is it cool? Is it not? Do you get it? Does it make sense? And hopefully if you have good friends, they'll be honest with you of what they like and maybe what could be better. because songs can always be better. It's never going to be exactly perfect, but if you can get all these different ideas, then sometimes it also takes it out of your own head of like, oh, this is just all my ideas, and well, I don't really like that. But sometimes that refined thing from different people putting input into your song just makes it come alive and makes it feel like a natural song and less like something that's just in your brain. My last tip is play it all together. Just the whole thing. Does it make sense? Does it flow? Does it feel like a song? Do you get distracted? Do you get bored in it? Or does the feeling still ring true? I hope these different tips have given you ideas that you can use to grow in your songwriting. All in all, just write. Just write more, write often. That's even something I'm telling myself. Genuinely, if you have inspiration, if you have something to say, write it, put it out there, because too much gets left unsaid. Thanks for watching.